Cambiar de opinión. So that is a whole phrase. It's long, but it's not that difficult to understand. Opinión, la opinión. Do you know what that means? So we're talking about changing one's mind, okay? Or your opinion about something. So you're changing your mind, I don't know, I want to do this, but now I'm going to do this other thing, or I think this way, but now I think this other way. You change your mind. That's normal. That's something normal. We're humans, so that happens all the time. Cambiar de opinión, to change one's mind. For example, Miguel cambió de opinión. That's it. Sorry. Miguel cambió de opinión. That's it. That's it. It's a short sentence, but it says a lot. So first thing I notice here, we need an accent mark there because it's preterite, and usually when you conjugate a verb in the preterite tense, you need to add some accent marks, usually. Because without the accent mark, it's pronounced cambio, yo cambio. So that's used in present tense. I change, yo cambio, okay? So we're not talking about yo, we're talking about Miguel, okay? We're not talking about me, we're talking about Miguel. So let's break this down. Miguel changed his mind. Very simple. It's a very straightforward sentence. So let's break this down really quickly. Miguel, I use Miguel constantly in my examples, and Maria as well. Miguel cambió, present tense, past tense, it already happened. That means changed. Okay. Él cambió. Ella cambió. So it's similar to that conjugation. So this is conjugated for he, she, and you also, you singular and formal. Okay. Usted. Él, ella, usted. Él cambió. He changed. Ella cambió. She changed. Usted cambió. You, formal, changed. Okay, so that's something important to remember. The conjugation of the verb cambiar is regular, so you don't have to worry about anything weird going on when conjugating this verb. It's very straightforward. So if you know how to conjugate verbs in Spanish, you can conjugate cambiar really easily. Okay, so cambió, changed, de, what's happening? De. Okay, cambió de. So we have this part. Okay, we don't have it in Spanish. De means off. Okay, that's what it means. De. It can also mean de off, and it has another meaning, from as well. From. Okay, so it depends on the situation, of course, but de has some meanings. We don't have it in English, but we need it in Spanish if you want to say, cambiar de opinión, to change one's mind. So we have the whole phrase here. We're not saying cambió su, because his, in Spanish is su. We don't have that in Spanish. Miguel cambió su opinión. You can say it. It still makes sense, but it's not something that people say in Spanish unless it's very specific. Okay? Su opinión acerca de, that's a different thing. You can still say that, you can say su, but it sounds like you need to add more to the sentence. You can say Miguel changed his mind, I don't know, about or on this certain thing, okay? But if you're just saying, he changed his mind, then I would use de, okay? Cambio de opinión. Opinión means opinion, okay? That's the literal translation. But remember that you cannot translate word by word from English into Spanish because both are different languages. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So in this situation, it's very similar to saying mind, his mind, okay? Miguel cambió de opinión. Miguel changed his mind. Okay, so that is very interesting. Very good. Okay. And I answered your question, Leah Harrison. Welcome. What about Miguel cambió su opinión? I just talked about that. Okay, good. It's possible. But when you just want to say very simply, I changed my mind, cambié de opinión, okay? You change your mind, cambiaste, cambiaste, you changed your mind, tú cambiaste de opinión, okay? So just, it's easy. It's easier for you guys because, you don't have to worry about his, her, their. So it's easier. Technically, it's easier. Okay. Now, let me show you another example. No vayas a cambiar de opinión. No vayas a cambiar de opinión. This is similar to saying don't change your mind. Okay? So sometimes you want to keep things consistent, or you want someone to not change their mind. So you can say this if that's the case. So let's break this down. No vayas. This is interesting because vayas comes from the verb ir, okay? Tú vayas. Tú vayas. Ir is very irregular. We're using the subjunctive of ir, tú vayas. So that's a common thing to say in Spanish. It's like saying don't going. That makes no. Don't change your mind. It's just, there's no translation, guys. I'm trying to translate this literally, but it's hard because it makes no sense. So when you say no vayas a, okay? So no vayas a, it's very similar to saying don't do something. In this situation, cambiar de opinión. Change your mind. So remember that no vayas a, and then you add the rest. That is very similar to saying don't do something. In this situation, as I said before, we're using the phrase cambiar de opinión, and that means don't change your mind. Okay, so it's like you're hoping that the person is not going to change their mind. Okay, let me just change this to something else so you know a little bit more about how no vayas a works. So, no vayas a caerte. Okay? I added a verb there, and I also included te, which is a reflexive pronoun. Okay? No vayas a caerte. Don't fall. Or don't fall down, okay? Just don't fall. Be careful. No vayas a caerte, okay? So, don't fall. That's a translation. No vayas a al viaje. So it's not only with verbs, but you can add also, actually it's like that, al viaje. No vayas al viaje. Don't go to the trip. Okay? You can also add nouns to this. Why al and not a él? You know, el viaje, it's a noun. El is a definite article, masculine, and that's why you say el viaje, the trip. But remember that in Spanish, a él is a big no, okay? So you have to remove the letter E and you have to have al. No vayas al viaje. Don't go to the trip. Okay, this one makes more sense when you say vayas because we're saying go, right? But it could mean that don't do something or don't go to some place. Okay, so it's very interesting how no vayas a works. But in this situation, no vayas a cambiar de opinión means don't change your mind. Okay? Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Man, do you have any questions?